In the golden age of popular music, certain encounters become turning points. For Karen Carpenter, one of the most distinctive voices of the 20th century, that turning point came not from a producer or a record executive, but from a drummer. His name was Hal Blaine, the backbone of the famous Wrecking Crew, a man whose rhythms defined the sound of an era. What he told Karen in a quiet, almost casual moment would change the course of her life and career forever. Karen Carpenter was never meant to fit into the box the industry had reserved for young women. While most teenagers her age dreamed of being the singer at the front of the stage, Karen wanted to sit at the back, hidden behind the drums. She found freedom there, in the rhythm, in the steady beat that held a band together. Her early performances showed an unexpected mastery. She wasn't just keeping time, she was driving the music. And in a scene still dominated by male drummers, Karen's command of the instrument was nothing short of extraordinary. Meanwhile, Hal Blaine was already a legend in the making. As part of the Wrecking Crew, he had played on more hits than most bands could ever dream of. His name might not have been on the marquee, but his drumming was everywhere, from the Beach Boys' Good Vibrations to Frank Sinatra's Strangers in the Night. When Hal met Karen, he immediately recognized something rare. She had precision, she had feel, and most of all, she had presence. For Hal Blaine, who had seen and heard it all, that was no small compliment. One night after watching her perform, Hal approached Karen. He admired her drumming, but also noticed something else. Her voice, when she sang, carried an intimacy unlike anything else in pop music. It wasn't loud, it wasn't showy, but it touched people. Hal told her plainly, "You have something more than rhythm. Your voice can carry entire songs. Don't be afraid to step forward." This wasn't just another piece of advice. Coming from Hal Blaine, whose ear for talent was legendary, it carried the weight of destiny. Karen listened, and for the first time she began to see herself not just as the drummer in the back, but as the voice at the center. Taking Hal's words to heart, Karen stepped into the role of lead singer for the Carpenters. The shift was immediate. Her voice, warm and haunting, carried songs with a depth that was unmistakable. Soon, hits like Close to You and We've Only Just Begun weren't just popular songs, they became cultural touchstones. The Carpenters' sound was built around her voice, and Hal Blaine's advice had given her the confidence to embrace that gift. Karen never abandoned the drums entirely. She remained one of the few female drummers respected in a male-dominated industry. But it was her voice, the very thing Hal Blaine had urged her to share, that ensured her place in history. That single moment of encouragement became a ripple effect, changing not just Karen's career, but also the sound of an entire generation. Her recordings remain timeless, and her story is a reminder of how one piece of advice, given at the right moment, can transform a life forever. Karen Carpenter's life was tragically short, but her legacy endures. Behind her success was not just talent, but a moment of mentorship. Hal Blaine's simple advice, to let her voice be heard, became the spark that illuminated her path. And in that moment, one drummer gave another the courage to step into history,